What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall markets. I'll talk about the CPI report that just came out, some big news involving Donald Trump and Tesla, what you should be watching for as time goes on. Just know that I'm not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $2,000 and you're guaranteed 30, and the offer ends at the end of March. Anyways, as far as the market's going, as you can see, Tesla is trying to push right now. It's up 5% during the pre-market session. There's been some good news about the fact that Tesla will be beginning its production of the Cybercab, the robotaxi without a steering wheel, in Texas next year, priced under $30,000. There's a lot of optimism after Donald Trump and Elon Musk said some important things. Now, there is news coming out that Waymo wants to essentially expand its robotaxi services, at least across California. This is some big news because we're going to be looking for a lot of competition for companies like Tesla, which also want to expand similar services. But we'll see how things go with that. Just keep in mind that we saw Elon Musk and Donald Trump together yesterday. Donald Trump said that he's going to be buying a Tesla, which was very, very big news. And then on top of this, he said that boycotting Tesla is illegal. That's what Donald Trump said. And then he said that if anyone vandalizes a Tesla, they're going to be facing some very, very harsh prosecution. So keep that in mind. Donald Trump has said that, and this is actually making some Tesla investors gain some confidence. Elon Musk also said that he's looking to see Tesla sales double in the United States. He thinks that after this, we're going to be looking for a wave of optimism for them, especially with the Model Y refresh coming out. He's also very, very optimistic about the robotaxi, saying that once again, production should be starting next year. And this is once again helping confidence grow amongst the community, which is why Tesla's pushing like this. So some good news did come out for Tesla. Not saying this move is going to last forever, as there's going to be likely future declines to come with many months to come. But for the short term, we are still looking quite decent, outperforming the market. Now, another factor affecting us would be Donald Trump has his tariffs to be imposed today for 25% for steel and aluminum. It's the same thing we've been talking about for the last couple of days. And then we also have CPI. All the numbers were aligned with expectations or below them. So we had 0.2% for CPI on the core side month over month. That's below expectations. Core CPI year over year is at 3.1%, which is technically aligned with expectations. All items CPI month over month is at 0.2% aligned or a little bit below expectations. And then we have finally all items CPI year over year at 2.8%. That is technically below expectations. So for the first time in many months, we saw CPI come down a little bit. All items CPI came down a bit. So did core CPI, just a little bit. And that is a good piece of news. So that's what's coming out so far. Donald Trump once again has his 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. They're taking effect, and then we're going to be looking to see how Europe is going to be responding. The EU said it's going to be imposing more tariffs on $28 billion worth of US goods starting next month as a countermeasure. So keep that in mind. And then there's also a lot of talk about more potential ceasefire plans for Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine has agreed to a 30-day ceasefire. We're waiting to see Russia sign on it. Hopefully they do soon, so we'll see how that goes. And the last thing I want to talk about is the fact that the U.S. is still going to be passing their funding bill, hopefully by Friday, most likely by Friday, to avoid a government shutdown. So far, a lot of the news is becoming a little bit better. The market's not doing a great job so far at holding up during the pre-market, but Tesla is outperforming and is trying to push more. So we're going to be looking for 244 as resistance, then 248. If we manage to break, then I want to see us get back above this trend line. This trend line was previous resistance, which is now going to become previous support becoming our resistance. So it's basically around that 250 area. So let's see if Tesla could break past 248 to 250. If we do that, we're pushing even higher to fill this gap towards 262. If we end up dipping back down and we end up losing 235, there's a good chance we could return to that, the 228 area. So you want to be very careful with this. For now, Tesla's trying to push a bit. So we could be looking for an attempt to get to 248. Overall, it's doing well. But if the whole market slows down, it is possible Tesla dips back down towards like 235 or so. So just be a little bit careful. So as of right now, we're bullish. Look for a little bit of a push upon open, but then we'll see how well this holds up. The reason I say that is because SPY is trying to push, but in all honesty, it's still struggling to break 563, despite the fact that we got a good CPI SPY still fighting this resistance. So we'll see how well this holds up. If it doesn't hold up here, we could be dipping again. If we get back below like 559, then we could be dipping towards yesterday's levels. So you want to be very careful. We might be coming back down towards like 555, even like 552 if we end up losing 559. So we might not be ready to get that big bounce yet if we end up failing. And I just say that because right now SPY is still very heavy. So we're in the middle right now. We haven't lost 560 to turn back down. We also have not broken past like 565 to really start pushing. We're stuck in the middle, kind of shuffling near 563. So that's what SPY is doing for now. So we will see how this ends up developing, if we get one more pullback move or not. I would like to see us hold to try to form an inverse head and shoulders, but we need more confirmation, a break of 565 to really push more. So give this some time to see if we get that break or not. The QQQ is looking a little bit stronger. We have a potential inverse head and shoulders like structure. If we lose 475, we could be dipping back down towards 471 or below. If we could break past 480, though, that's going to open the doors for more upside. We have a tough previous support becoming resistance near 480. If that breaks, we could push for 485. It's a tough level, so give it some time to see if it breaks. The Russell 2000 pushed to 206 and then came back down, showing some weakness. If we end up losing 201, we're going to be looking for a dip back down towards 198. If we manage to break and hold above 204, we're looking for a bigger push, so we'll give that some time. ES is looking a bit more bullish. However, there's a wick forming here, so there's no guarantee this is going to really break it. I want to see it break 5680 to really start pumping for the 5700s. If we lose 5600 flat, we're going to be looking for a dip back down to about 5580. So be careful. We're kind of in the middle right now. Whichever way we break will determine the bigger move. So break 5680, we're bullish. Lose 5600, we're bearish. We're in the middle right for now, so give it some time. NQ looks a little bit stronger. I want to see it break 19,800. If that breaks, we're going back up to 20,000. And if we end up losing 19,500, we could turn back down. So we're watching these levels very closely. We're making higher lows here, so this is looking promising. We're testing this blue trend line as our resistance. So we'll see if we can break through this or not. And then I want to see us get back above 19,800. Bitcoin's looking a little bit more bullish. So far, so good. Unless we lose 82,258, we're favoring upside for an attempt to get back up to about 85,000. Nvidia, it's looking decent. However, I would like to see it get back above 115 to really start a push. There's potential for it to get close to 115. If we lose 112.6, now we're looking for a move back down towards 110. Still looks a bit more bullish. Tesla, once again, is more bullish looking, but just be careful in case the market does slow down. You want to be open minded. So, watch to see if you can break 244 to push for 248 to 250. Tesla has potential to push higher. There is potential in it, but you want to be very careful, of course. You don't want to be way too comfortable and way too biased. We want to be very open minded. So, as long as we don't lose like 240, we're going to be fine. If 240 does fail, still, I would be careful. I would caution you. For now, we do look bullish, but just be careful just to be safe with the markets. Apple needs to try to hold above 220. If that holds, we could be looking for 223, then 226. If 220 fails, still we could be dumping back down to 217. So we're kind of stuck here. So give it some time. Coin is looking a little bit more bullish. We have a nice, um, you know, a nice accumulation right over here, right? So I want to see us not lose 192. If we lose that, we could be dipping back down to 184. As long as we're above 192, we're looking for a move for essentially 203. That's where we have this imbalance. There's potential in this. Amazon has a nice accumulation. As long as we hold above 200, we're looking for an attempt to get back up to about 204. If we end up losing 200, we could be dipping back down to 198. But for now, I think the upside has a bit more potential. Meta, we want to see this break past 623.8. If that breaks, we're looking for an attempt to get back up to 630. If we end up losing 615, we could be dipping back down to 608. So there's potential in this. Microsoft also has potential with this nice double bottom like structure. If we break 385, we're looking for an attempt for 388. If we end up losing 382, we could turn back down. We're still kind of flat right now, so not looking that great. On Google, I need to see this break 170.8 to continue to push. If we lose 167, we turn back down. We're in the middle right now, so in essence, the market is in the middle. It's not super bullish or super bearish. Yes, the VIX has some gaps to fill, so this could lead to a bullish continuation, but I need to see the market break resistance and continue to push. For example, I want to see SPY break 565. I want to see the QQQ break 480 to 481 to really push more. Haven't done that yet, so we'll see if that happens or not. As far as Tesla goes, we are bullish looking. As long as we don't lose like 240 and 235, we are favoring that upwards direction for like 248 to 250. So I think we're doing a fantastic job. Anyways, I thank you all so much for listening. Have a good day, guys. I'll be back with another upload very soon. Until then, have a good day and peace out.